No one wants to fall victim to any crime.
Do I think that the territory of Guam does a great job for victims of crime? And I'm going to have to say no. We have a large population of underserved victims of crime. The elderly is underserved. Victims of theft are underserved. The greatest population of served victims of crime is in domestic violence and sexual assault.
Attorney General Elizabeth Barrett Anderson recently returned from a Victims of Crime Administrator training in D.C. Over 200 others representing all the states and territories were present. All learned more federal dollars were available for crime victim services.
Guam, 1.1 million is huge crime victim money, huge.
Guam used to receive $450,000. The dramatic increase prompted the AG to form a victim advisory group.
I'm looking for members of the community who can just give me some ideas of how to best reach the victims.
The group has already met twice with plans to meet again later this month. Aside from new, creative ideas to service crime victims, old programs will also see big changes, like the victim advocates. Today, there are only 9 victim advocates for 4,000 cases.
I think it was clear, and even when I was a judge on the bench, the ability to manually contact victims on Guam is difficult.
Victim crime money can be used to hire more advocates. It can also be used to bid out for an automated system.
What I'd like to do with the advocate program is reformat it. I want the advocate program to be a 21st century advocate program.
VINE, or a Victim Information and Notification Everyday System, allows a victim to use a phone to access information on their perpetrator. The system works both ways and calls the victim when there are updates on the defendant's release.
You will get a password or a passcode, and you're allowed to call into a 1-866 number, and you'll be able to find out what is the status of the case that your perpetrator has been charged on. You'll be able to get information about release dates. You'll be able to get information about trial dates.
Victims can also receive compensation. The Attorney General's office will be activating the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission next month. The commission wasn't in operation for years, but has an estimated $700,000 in the fund. The money comes from defendant fees and fines.
And the Criminal Injuries Compensation Fund is a fund that permits victims of crime to apply for compensation, eligible compensation, such as if the family is a victim, their loved one was murdered.
If you have any questions on any of the services for crime victims, call the Attorney General's office. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.